Everyone. It is Eirdís. I am an Icelandic Chinese artist, and we are about to live draw something together. My nail is a little bit, the nail polish is a little chipped here. But yeah, so we're going to be doing something like this. We've been working on these for the last few days. I'm just quickly opening uh my wet wipes to clean my table. Hi, maybe Afreen. I'm just opening up my wet wipes because I noticed that the table's a little bit dirty. And then we are about to start another drawing, guys. Hey, Ken. Hey, what's up? What's up? I recommend that you guys grab yourself a sketchbook if you want to join me. Maybe look at yourself in the mirror and draw yourself, or go online, look for something to draw, like a portrait or something, and then we can be hanging out together and it'll be great. Um, and I think it'll be helpful, even though we won't be drawing the same exact. Okay, I'm just gonna slightly clean the table over here. Okay, my table's a little bit dirty from all the charcoal. Just gonna clean it. It's also eraser, leftovers. Okay, it's not perfect, but I'll clean it afterwards. I'm a little bit late. I decided to wake up naturally and see what my body would do, and guess what happened? I woke up past 1 p.m., so don't know if that was a great idea. Anyway, so I wanted to go through what we've done so far. I left this mark here because I just think it's so nice, so crispy. By the way, give this video a like, so we can reach a wider audience today. I think that would be really fun. And I did this one. This was actually the first one I did where I was trying out charcoal for the first time. And that was really great. And yeah, I thought this one was really pretty as well. This was the first background I decided to do. Yeah, it does feel good to naturally wake up. I thought this looked really nice with a blue background. Can everyone give this video a like, please? Thank you. I'm just gonna try to get some traction here before we start the drawing. And this was a piece I was working on yesterday. Ooh, look at the sheen. Okay, but I didn't like how it looked, so I actually ended up working on her right before this video. And we will probably end up painting the backgrounds of these two at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. You guys will be choosing the color for me or with me, and today we will be drawing on this side of the page. And it's kind of nice. This is the first time, in the last few days where I don't have a drawing already on one side, which means I don't have to cover it with a paper, and we're just gonna go for it, guys. As always, I got my tea. So it's 4:30 here in Japan right now. Mm, yeah. Yeah. Oh wait, actually let me pin that to the front. Thank you so much for that message, user random alphabet, and nice that you're joining us. Starting a little bit later than intended, but we woke up naturally. The kind of time. Yeah, okay, cool. So let's just go ahead. Let's just start, I guess, and chat while we're at it. I can't, as usual, multitask the whole time and look at you guys's um messages the whole time, but I do my best. I do my best. And I'm pretty much just like starting out with the shadows. And by the way, for those of you that were here yesterday, the piece ended up looking like this. So it looked pretty crap, by the time I finished because I only had like um I was in a time crunch and I only had 40 minutes, 40 some minutes to do it. So it was like pretty stressful overall. But today we don't have a time crunch. We're just gonna really enjoy the process and hang out here with you guys. Yeah, exactly. Like welcome everyone. you new folks, we're doing this every day, and if you want to join us for these sketch sessions, you can either like bring your own sketchbook and sort of use this hour and a half to hone your skills. And I know most people love art, right? And maybe it's been a long time since you've drawn. Well, you can draw with me here, right? We could, um, I'm also trying to improve in these videos. That's why I'm doing portraits. I never do realism usually. But I think it's really fun to do this together. So, and then for returning users, like guys, I love you. I really appreciate you guys being here and supporting me, early on this on my YouTube venture. This is yeah, I mean this time around it really has been swift. It's been chill. It's been fun, and I've genuinely been enjoying it. It doesn't feel like it really just feels like a hangout. That's pretty much. So I'm not overthinking at all when I'm going in with the shadows at the beginning. It's just, you got to trust the process. I know when you're looking at it now, you're like, what is this? Like, this looks like nothing spectacular. Like, it looks very amateur, if anything. Um, but you just have to trust the process. Now, I don't know what other artists do with their process, but mine is I have a messy process. Thank you, Rohit. I appreciate it. I appreciate everyone here taking the time to be part of this drawing. We're kind of collaborating energetically on it and yeah, spreading the positive vibes. I just did my laundry today. I woke up so late and because I didn't have any specific meeting times today, so I was like, I'm just gonna take it easy. I will still do all the things I intended to do. I wrote down a little schedule last night, which I usually in my calendar write down what I want to do every day, in advance. I don't know, do you guys do that? It brings me peace. I think it helps with the ADD as well. So we're actually just using an HB pencil right now, and we're just, really feeling how the portrait wants to turn out, like, and kind of just going from there, really. And my goal with these videos as an artist really is just to get better at my craft, get faster at my craft, and while connecting and building a community here. And this is really just like the beginning of so much ahead. And I think I'm also just getting used to doing lives and getting into that routine. And oh, thank you, Pedro. I really appreciate it. I appreciate you guys, honestly. I do not take this for granted at all. I know it's time that you guys are spending here with me that you could be spending elsewhere. And so it's just a little moment of peace, hopefully, from your day. You can relax here with us. Good vibes. So I think I would like this to be a guy that I am drawing here today. Um, why does it feel like a Bob Ross? Maybe my voice sounds like Bob Ross's voice. I'm just kidding. He has a very soothing voice. Yeah, maybe a native guy, maybe a native guy. Let's all find out, right? Let's find out who he wants to be, in this video. Hmm. I'm still figuring out like how I want everything to, the location of everything on his face. We're just playing around. The last 2 days, we were doing kind of mostly side portraits, and I want to do some more side portraits because I realize I'm not so comfortable with them. And I think side portraits are so powerful actually because of all the harsh lines. I just staple my drawings on tree. Yeah, that could be a cool exhibition just to do it in the forest. Like that would be pretty awesome actually. But yeah, I guess let's see. Okay, so I'm making some changes, alterations to his face because I realized I don't like the placement of everything. I'm showing you guys in real time essentially my process, right? And I think because it's a dude, it's going to be a little bit different in terms of, like the jaw is a little bit wider. And let's see. Let's see what ends up happening here. And he's slightly slanted because I still want to get some more practice in when it comes to not like straight on with the face. I don't know what I'm doing. We're just going with the flow, guys. Okay. So nothing is like sorted out yet. We're just very loosely. And if you're drawing with me, you see how loose I'm being. So it helps take away the angst. I think lots of people are like, oh, they're afraid to even lay the pencil on the paper, thinking they might make a mistake and all. But it's really pretty chill. Okay, let's see. Let's see, guys. Thank you, Billy. I appreciate it. Um, ever drawn a portrait of me where I am the artwork? Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Actually, they have. Um, I wish I had a photo of it. I didn't think much of it at the time, but they did a really, really good job. I was so young. I was sort of in like a weird period of my life at the time. Everything was a little bit of a blur, frankly. Let me see. Yeah, so it's actually much easier when I'm just talking about the drawing process than if I set out on these lives to chat about something unrelated to art, which I'm also quite passionate about, self-improvement, like positive thinking, all of that. I journal in the mornings, like procedures like that. But I realize then I'm essentially occupying another part of my brain, and it's easier really just to go on auto and narrate what's already happening. Who am I sketching? I'm just sketching a guy, some guy. Maybe I'm sketching my inner masculine. I realize that each of these portraits, even though I'm not explicitly drawing myself, they usually capture kind of the mood that I'm in that day, which is interesting. And I don't really realize what that mood is until I'm done with the drawing. Yeah, I mean, if you guys want to see what I've done, like this one was from yesterday, for instance, and we've also been painting the backgrounds. So if you watch until the end, you'll also see me paint the backgrounds of these two. And yeah, probably not this one, or I paint the background of this one or the other two. One or the other today. Those fast portraits. Yeah, I'm not really I normally don't do this kind of art. So if you guys want to see what I normally do, you can check out my Instagram. So I actually normally do quite expressive, wild, like surreal, trippy work. But I've been recently sort of curious to improve my skills, so I'm like, yeah, why not just sort of go ahead and like basically make these live videos for you guys or stream my process of honing my skills, improving slowly. And then you can see just the how rough that process can be as well. Um, and we're not really forcing it. Like I actually prefer doing these lives when I'm not in a time rush. Although I've been trying to keep it, I've been trying to finish the drawing within an hour. But if I want to take a little longer, this is sort of my relaxing time in the day. Right after this, I'll be working on my usual collections for the upcoming exhibition. But I've truly been enjoying these live videos. I think it's been really fun for me. That was just, well, I don't know. I don't mind the messiness of it. Hey, Accurate Bellas. Hi. Aw, thank you, Ken. I mean, I don't like doing portraits usually, but I like growing. Like I like improving. So ultimately, I'm using what I'm doing here for my um for my actual collections, right? So it's like whatever skills I'm developing and improving in these videos, I can use them when I'm making my psych psychoanalytic, surreal, expressionist work, and it's gonna just be there's gonna be more skill in it. So he's definitely looking like a dude, I'd say. I think that's undeniable. So that's kind of interesting. It's like just by making the draw more defined and wider. Um, let's see. I'm lurking, fading away into unconsciousness. Just want to pop in before I knock out. Oh, hey, nice, Occupavi. Did I say hey, nice? Oh, hey, it's nice seeing you here, is what I mean. Occupavi. Yeah, we've kind of just started. It's only been like 15 minutes or so. But you should definitely get some shut-eye, well-needed shut-eye. Assuming its gender is a bold lol. I mean, I don't really care for the sensitivity of the world right now these days about gender and all that. It's just you know, like everyone's just so sensitive. You can't say anything anymore. I find that really, really unnecessary. Okay, so we're still gonna give him makeup because makeup looks nice. Take me on, take on me, I'll be gone. Let's give him some proper shadows. Yeah, exactly. It's like, I don't know, we're living in sensitive times. Honestly, it reminds me what's going on with the censorship in the West. It reminds me of China, but in a way more. soft way. Like it's like people are even softer. Like you can't say anything. You can't try attempt to describe anybody because someone's gonna be like, "Ah, but I'm not Asian." You know, it's like if someone says, "Hey," calls me white or Asian, I'm like, "Okay, well, I mean, that's what or Mexican or Latino or whatever." Like I'm like, "Okay, cool." Like I'm not hurt by it. I'm not really any of those things, but it's just okay. Like you were using that as a descriptive word in that moment because you don't know me, you know? But it's like also when Asians are getting hurt by being called Asian when they are Asian, it's like, I mean, can we just chill out? Can we just like, I think if you feel good in your own skin and you're just confident in yourself, nothing someone else can say really would bother you that much. So if someone says something and it crawls under your skin that much, you should probably look at yourself like, why is that bothering you so much? You know? Again, I'm not saying like I'm not even forming any opinion at like in what I'm saying right now in terms of like gender or race, like or any of that. It's just simply about the sensitivity that everyone it's like how personal people are taking this, even when it's not about them, is very interesting to me. We're just living in such interesting times, I'd say. Thank you everyone so much for the likes, by the way. I really, really, really appreciate it. This is the first dude that we've done. I just because I felt like it. Maybe I'm feeling all duty today. I had a I had a call with my cousin right before going live, and yeah, maybe that has something to do with it as well. He doesn't look like this at all. Like this model, not at all. But yeah, he's going through something, and I'm actually kind of worried about him. Should probably give him a call again after this session, but I hope all of you guys are doing good, And if you're not, reach out to some friends. Don't be dealing with it on your own. Let's see. I think it's just sensitive people were given a platform and took it way too far. I mean, you can't really filter out. Like right now, it's like everyone's online, right? So you get content from everyone. But I think that's also why I'm like, okay, well, I can't really decide what's out there, and the world is kind of a crazy place right now, but I can contribute to some peaceful, chill, beautiful content on my platform and give you guys that experience, and I kind of like that. Okay, so even though this is a dude, we're just gonna make him very flamboyant because why not? Yeah, I'm drinking tea, guys. Um, from a Temple University Japan campus mug that came with his apartment, the studio apartment. And but which one is where I run into? Thanks so much, Ken. I really appreciate it. Honestly, I really, really appreciate that. And like me doing these portraits by no means is taking over what I usually do. I think it's, first of all, there's so many levels to it, right? I think this is a more approachable form for you guys to follow. So like I know it's maybe lots of you guys are like, oh, cool, and maybe you want to draw along with me and improve your skills. So I think that's a plus. Um, but I wouldn't do that just for the sake of like reaching you guys in a more like accessible way. Like I feel like that would not be enough motivation for me to keep it up. It just happens to be that I'm also interested in developing my skills at this time and like challenging myself to be an even better artist. So here we are. But all of the skills I'm using here is ultimately going to go into my legit collections. And there's so many really incredible things ahead that we're going to be doing. I recommend following my Instagram as well if you want to see my usual work. Okay, that maybe was not the right location for the eyeball, but whatever. Kind of ish. I'm giving him like big, big eyeballs. I'm not really sure if this is the location, but whatever. Let's just kind of leave the important parts of the face for later, which is probably not a good idea because, that's what brings the whole portrait to life. But we're still improving, you know what I mean? And I don't want to stop because I'm not trying to be here all day. So we're not really at all concerned about perfection in these videos. I'm giving myself an hour to an hour and a half on these videos every day, these lives, and whatever I end up creating in that time is what I create. And I think that's a really good way to just look over it at the end of the book or end of the month and just see the progress that you've made. Because, if you just keep doing something daily, you are going to improve. Now, at some point, we'll bring in some color. There's so much we can be exploring. And I think after this exhibition, I might do some longer videos, honestly. I might do it like around the holidays too, actually. Just depends. Depends how I feel. I recommend Eirdís flow state video. It's very entertaining. Which flow state video was that? You mean the videos that I just made public again? Thank you guys. Maybe I should just randomly utter words and do flow state, like pineapples walking across the road on a purple light, singing a song, like just basically saying nonsense, whatever comes to mind. That's also a muscle I can train. I can tell I'm a bit out of practice now. Didn't come as naturally to me. All right, see you in a moment, Ken. Laughing mornings, ridiculous heights of mountains in the skies, and translucent nights, and eyeballs looking right back at me, telling me a story of oranges falling in love with each other, laser eyes, reminiscing a better time when everything was light and everything was pink. And here we are, another moment in another lifetime, thinking back at the days when we didn't know what was left and what was right. Yeah, like that kind of improv. That was my rap, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Gosh, I feel so nerdy. That's so funny. Translucent nightmares, ringing Christmas bells. At my high school in Iceland, we were sneaking spells. Like, what the heck am I saying? Crazy, crazy. Funny though. I'm enjoying it. Okay, so let's get into details, shall we? Let's try this. Let's try this 4B. What? Okay, so that was all pencil up until this point. Thanks for all the likes, guys. Lol, that's hilarious. Okay. Well, he just has large eyeballs. Like it's not exactly realistic. People usually don't have such big eyes, but ooh, beautiful. Beautiful. We're just playing around, guys. Just having fun over here. I'm not super satisfied with the location of his eyes and all that, but we're just gonna go with it. That's hilarious. Yeah, that's true. It's a land of ice and fire and lava. You guys can actually see my trip to Ísafjörður, which is in Iceland, like up north, and a video that I just made public again. I removed a bunch of videos, and in the next few weeks I might be making more videos available for you guys to watch, but I kind of just want to redo my whole channel because it was a bit confusing for a bit. I had travel videos and um and art videos all mixed together because I was traveling a lot. So I think it was maybe confusing for people, like, and for myself, like, what am I even doing? Because I'm not a travel, like, I'm not trying to be a travel vlog, but I was doing travel vlogs, and actually they got the most views, which was funny. I'm like, yeah, that's unsustainable though. Like, I can't just be traveling all the time. That's not what I do. I'm not a stewardess, I'm an artist with traveling as my hobby. The baby sheep are so cute, actually, honestly, in Iceland. So sheep and horses sort of roam around the country, abundantly so. Okay, I think the eyes are just not in the right location. Yeah, let's see if it's erasable. I kind of feel like it isn't because I just used charcoal. It's now going into it with pencil. Oh, we got 30 likes. Look at that. Look at that, guys. What is up? So what do you think about these live portrait drawings compared to the time lapses that makes it look like it happened in 5 seconds? Do you like seeing how long it actually takes? And apparently you find out whether a road is actually a road once you're like halfway down it. Oh yeah, totally. Mm, that's not always the case, but it's certainly once you go to the countryside, yeah. Dude, in wintertime, you don't even like in wintertime it's just snow. So Google Maps has definitely brought me down some very suspicious roads. See. Let's give him a more cut draw. Let's get kind of dramatic about it, actually. I think the lips can, we can make them wider. Yeah. I've I've grown quite fond of these streams. Find myself waiting, anticipating. Aw, thank you, Akipabi. I thought you were going to sleep though. I'm glad it's like becoming like a station. It's like a TV station at this time. But yeah, I'm sorry though that it's been very inconsistent timing wise. I think we'll figure that out with time, but I've been simultaneously also trying to just like catch up on the sleep that I missed. He looks like an Asian Ken, which is interesting. I guess I am in Asia, so maybe I am influenced by that. Hmm. Hmm. Not really feeling it. Not really feeling it here, but we'll just keep going. We'll just keep on keeping on and see what happens. I think I just don't really know. Well, it's not going to be perfect. I'll just settle on that. So keep on keeping on. I get quiet when I'm uber focused. Blue. Sometimes they are awesome. I found a way, but I was. Yay! Thank you, Occupavi. I'm glad that I'm spreading some light. It's been 40 minutes. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. All right, I'm going in with pencil now. And man, I really realize how happy it makes me to bring joy to other people. Like it just feels good. And that's why I keep coming here. It's like it's addictive in that way, for me at least. And that's probably something I've only like recently realized about myself, and also why I like doing the workshops, like healing workshops. I think I genuinely just like to contribute to some healing in this world. But ultimately, you can't help other people heal their mess, but you can be some form of light. You can instigate a bit of awareness in people, and I think that's a beautiful thing. Damn, this is a bit ambitious. It's like not only did I add fingers to this drawing, but he's got an earring. Like, why? 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 Why did I do that? Skeletora, nice. People, if you can. Oh, yeah, really? Avoid roads? You mean in Iceland? I think it's pretty hard. A lot of the roads are named after people, like everywhere in the world. There are freaking towns named after people. All right, let's do a little smudgy smudgy. See, if I really wanted to make this as cool as I possibly could, I would give myself like 5 hours probably. And we could probably make it look like so bomb. But that's not my style. That's not my style. And like, what's the point? What's the point? Maybe I'll do bonus for that at some point. Like I'll do all kinds of bonuses once we hit like new um goals and stuff like that, or milestones. So we just got the 1,000 milestone, 1,000 subscriber milestone, which couldn't have done it without you guys, literally. Um, I'm working on a Misfits album cover. Ooh, that's cool. Yes. Oh my gosh. You get it, Occupavi. Exactly. So I think maybe you guys are here also, not coincidentally, like you're meant to be here on my channel at this moment, at this time. Yeah, I don't really believe in coincidences. But yeah, let's see. Pacific could look pretty safe. Hello, Ken. Ken is back. Ken is back. But yeah, so we just hit the 1,000 subscriber milestone. Be obviously going to be pretty awesome every time we hit like another 1,000. Um, that would be a little woohoo moment every time. I think right now I will be so excited when I get 3,000 watch hours, which is going to take some time. So we're definitely like going to celebrate the additional 1,000 subscribers a few times before that happens. But that will be a big celebration, and I'm gonna like I'll send something out for free for a special subscriber here at random. And we will be doing that every time we kind of hit like real milestones. I only believe in free will because I have to. Yeah, actually, should we start that discussion? What do we feel about free will, guys? I just had a therapy session yesterday, and she said life is just a sequence of decisions. And it's like not a very spiritual take, I would say. It's very dry, very down to earth. But she's not wrong, and I kind of enjoy that perspective. But that obviously, is not so much about fate at all. So, what do you guys feel about that? Free will is all you truly have, Skeletoria. It's kind of like a fourth or fifth dimensional version of leading a horse to water, but no one can force you to drink it. Good point. Wait, so you think fate sort of offers you opportunities, but then, free will is you taking the opportunities. Is that what I'm hearing? I like that emoji. Apparently some of that studied it. Towards us not. Um, yeah, I'm generally like, let's keep this discussion up. I'm curious. Feel free to like write paragraphs in the comment section. I'm, not in a massive rush today, so I'll be here for a bit. I notice maybe, do you guys prefer when I'm drawing a man or girl? Am I getting less likes because this is a dude? Or because I'm on here at like an inconvenient hour for people? There's a show called Devs that dives deep about life being on your free will can only deviate so much from these quantum tram lines. Ooh, ooh, I love that already. You can only type a few sentences. Oh, really? You can't do like, okay, actually that's fair, because otherwise, there'd be entire essays on here and it would just be spam. Someone would go on all the lives and just spam freaking Jesus text or something. Right. Starting to get hungry. I'm wondering what I should eat. I had a bunch of yogurt before starting. I feel like some real food. I'm trying to like at the same time fix so many health habits and I just feel like it's not sustainable if I'm trying to fix everything at once. So like maybe I should be a little more gentle on myself and just, it's like for instance, I was trying to freaking fast and wake up early and eat healthier and do the streams and clean my freaking studio on time and quit Diet Coke and soft drinks. So I'm like, okay, and like do a 30-minute workout every day. And I feel like because I want to do all these things, I'm like half-assing all of it. So I'm like, maybe I should just focus on one thing at a time that I'd like to change. So maybe, 30-minute of exercise seems to be huge. Oh, I'm also, getting back into meditation. So maybe meditation and exercise should be number one. Continue the streams and maybe not fast until I have that sorted. And then introduce sleeping, like waking up earlier. But at the moment, I think it's a bit difficult to do all of it. Nah, not monster. Exactly. Being open and receptive to the opportunity score. It isn't exactly so simple because we're human and prone to be blinded by negative influence, like certain emotions. Yeah, you're so on it, Occupappy. Like that's something that I was just thinking. Like I feel like this year I succumbed to a lot of negative emotion when like life was definitely throwing great things at me, but I couldn't like I was not good at emotionally regulating. But on a positive note, I think I've really learned this year how important it is to become a pro at emotional regulation because no one can help you do that, right? And so I think I'm putting that at the forefront, just like really learning how to emotionally regulate. Okay, I'm gonna try a different charcoal because that one is so not soft and I'm not really liking how not soft it is. So let's give this one a try. Okay, and I wanna he's cut. He is cut. Damn. His jaw be like, the goal for someone's abs. I think therapy can help when people give it an honest go. Yeah, I tried therapy again. By the way, can we get the likes up a little bit? Who hasn't liked yet? Like looking up here and there, and I'm like, ooh, let's get some more likes on the video, shall we? So if we can reach a wider audience, that'd be really cool. That'd be a really nice gift on this. Is it a Monday right now? Is it a Monday, guys? Like what day is it even? I appreciate the hearts. I appreciate it. Um, yeah, so I started therapy again and I don't know if like yeah, because I kind of feel like quitting again, but I don't know if I should maybe stick it out and because sometimes I just feel like like for instance she was like life is just a matter of decisions. You wake up every day deciding how you want to feel. I'm like, yeah, that's true. So like why am I even here then? Like why am I even in therapy if like it's all just on me? Which obviously it is all on you, but it's like, I'd love to like learn something I don't already know, right? In therapy or something. Okay, let's give him some really pitch black eyes. Ooh. Ooh. He be looking so much more Asian now. I mean, you can emotionally regulate. You can definitely learn to be less reactive, for instance, and hold space for people so that, if someone else is going through a hard time, you know, you're not just like brought into the mess with them. And I'm very emotional naturally, so I do get brought into, like, I naturally get really influenced by people around me. But, and like my way of like not getting as influenced has been like to spend less time with people in general. But I feel like if I prioritize and learn how to emotionally regulate and do that every day, then I can also be there for people when they really need it and kind of be a pillar for them, which is a beautiful thing. Which is a beautiful thing. Okay, so we're just gonna, he apparently doesn't really have a mustache. Yeah, yes. I think all of us are empathic to some degree, but yeah, I'm high on that scale actually. I'm very, very sensitive to people. And it's been very difficult as well for me over the years to know when something is my emotions versus the emotions of other people around me. And but like it can be difficult going through life in that sense because you kind of just get swayed from one emotion to the next. But that's why it's like important, I think, to learn how to like to have all these mechanisms in place where you're emotionally regulating yourself. By the way, we have like 10 minutes left, but I've been taking it really easy, so we're not going to actually have a time limit on this to make up for the time limit we had yesterday. We're just gonna, you know, spend as long as we want on this drawing and chat and stuff. And then afterwards I'll be starting my usual work, you know. You know how it rolls. Let's also give him like a collar maybe. Like, yeah, let's do a little collar situation. I think that's cool. It's a vibe for sure. Okay. Kind of. It's kind of a vibe. Should not have used charcoal for that. No, it's okay because we will just use acrylic for the background. That's fine. So nice. Oh, this is actually fun. I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying doing a guy. I'm gonna drink a sip of my tea. Um, let's get some more likes though. Let's like try to reach a wider audience here at the final stretches of this artwork. David Goggins on crack, lol. For me, I was manageable and regulated till I burned out. My brain decided it didn't want to be around anymore. Yeah, you just need some time to recuperate and then you'll be fine again. Like, but I feel you. And sometimes we're burned out, you know, because we were trying to compensate or we were like trying to be something for other people and we need to just hold boundaries better or we weren't prioritizing the right things for ourselves. And then the burnout ends up being a really excellent experience that we can learn from. I honestly, I've been thinking about what my therapist said, and I do like her take on it to be frank. Okay, I'm gonna make his hair black. Even though I was thinking of making it blonde, but no. I don't know what else to say to that. Just no. Just no. The happiness of life is all based on being in alignment with oneself. Hey, look at Ken. Hey, if in alignment, you always collect positive vibes to create a floor that rarely dips into negative emotions. Bro, 100%. 100%. That is what this channel is about, finding that alignment with self. That's a bar right there. Mm, okay, should we? There. He's looking real flamboyant, guys. He's looking real posh. Okay, it is what it is. I think I should have just made him bold, but no. But no, no. The hair really makes a huge difference, though. I think we are not supposed to be. I mean, I know who I am. It's society is crazy these days. Yeah. I think we are supposed to be happy, actually. But I think that we forget because our inner child, like our when we were kids, do you remember being happy? Like of course, there was also stuff going on when we were kids for some of us. But those days when you're just hanging out with your friends and you weren't thinking about anything and you're just happy. Like I actually think that that's what it should be like. But society just kind of gives us this unnecessary pressure and comparison. I don't really think that's what life's about, to be honest. I think it's about growth within, you know, who we are, like growing like a flower, but our type of flower, not the flower next to us. We can only really be ourselves, but we get blinded by all the other people around us and forget who we are. But, then you have Buddhism, which says, life is suffering ultimately. So, so yeah. So yeah. If anything, I think society is pushing us to be unhappy and depression is nah. Yeah, but we can learn to set boundaries, I think, right? Which is hard to do, but I think that's on us because it's our life. So there's not really point in sort of complaining or feeling like a victim because it might be true and I mean, I don't know. I guess truth is irrelevant in this sense, but it's you can choose to see the meaning of things, or you can choose to stand up again, and you can choose to become a butterfly amidst the chaos. Or you could just choose to feel good even though your environment is chaotic. Of course, I know that there's circumstances that are just crazy, but there's certain flowers that actually grow, like the protea, it only blooms after it's been burnt. And I think that's such a good metaphor for some of us and some types of life experiences is knowing that, yeah, you might have been through a lot, but you also, lots of people who've been through a lot and they end up becoming proteas and blooming brighter and more beautiful than, the flowers next to them. Happiness is also relative, not comparing yourself to others goes a long way. Yes, exactly. That's a hard thing to do in today's society to not compare yourself to others, but it's important to keep that in mind for sure. I'm in trance, guys. I'm just in trance from this drawing. This is why I love drawing. It just like takes the focus from the stress of our lives and or that we are experiencing. It kind of creates like a moment of peace and wholeness. It's like a moment of focus that you have. Choose to believe they're cat or mouse, and male person believe they're females too. Yeah, I find all of that to just be like we don't have to focus on that. Like I think it's important for us to just focus on the increments of what we can do in our lives at this moment. Like all of that is true, but it is happening. But like do you guys hear me? Someone just tried calling me, but I stopped actively reading the news because it was just bumming me out too much, and I didn't feel like it was helping me in any way to be better in my life. And then I was like, okay, if there's so much going on, then I want to contribute to some good. And that means I need to be really selective about what I take into my energy. Like I have to be selective about what I consume. And there's just so many things you can consume right now on the internet. And you got to keep in mind also that people tend to exaggerate in the medias what's going on and make it always more dramatic because that's what sells, that's what gets people's attentions. So I think it's important to kind of realize that. Of course, we happen to be going through a massive transition in the history of humanity overall in so many ways, but you can still focus on your little corner, like being a good person to those around you or developing the light in your little life. You're keep maintaining your health and so forth. Thank you, Pars. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, the eyes are not right. You're so right. The eyes, you're totally right about it. Let me see if I can. So yeah, the drawings I'm doing here are not perfect. I'm trying to improve as I go. But it takes time, and that's we're just like in this process together. Today, there's no rush. I'm just taking it really easy with you guys. Oh my gosh, we're so close to 40 likes, guys. Look at that. Look at that. I think if we get more likes, it will reach more people at the final stretches. But like, I'm not even in a rush right now today because I think I needed a little calm few first few hours of my day before the storm of working on my collection. So we're just taking it super easy. Thank you so much, guys, for the likes. I really appreciate it. We're all here, like, in it together. Some war paint on his face. Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I think when I'm trying to get into more specifics, I do feel like the pencil is kind of a good way to go. But it's mostly because I'm still not so comfortable with the charcoal medium. Like, I don't really get how it works yet. But pencil's just pencil. We all know the pencil medium. Thank you, Icarabellas. It's still definitely taking time. I realize I keep leaving the lip for last, which is so interesting. So I love drawing lips. So like, why are we doing that? You know? Why? 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 Cool. I mean, it's not perfect, as I always say. Is my goal to really become a really good portrait artist? Like, honestly, no. Honestly, no. I need to kind of sit with myself and like think about what exactly I'm trying to improve with my art skills and then maybe pick tasks that complement that. But I think it doesn't hurt to just advance in general in every way. So I'm like, yeah, I'll do some portraits. Why not? Why not? Ooh, he's looking real flamboyant. Thank you, David. Definitely asked earlier if you do drawing exercises or practice. I mean, this is my drawing exercise. I normally actually just go for the collections that I'm working on. I just went head in, straight. But this is sort of me being like, yeah, I think it's not a bad idea to to touch up on my skills here. That doesn't hurt. That doesn't hurt. That doesn't hurt. No, no, no. That was such a square highlight. Just focus, guys. I'm not saying anything. It's just because I'm focused. Oh, we're at 42 likes. Look at that. Look at that. Hey, 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 hey. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Say, yeah, I mean, that was not a bad move. Just do a little more shady here. Mm, you made his race too big on the right side. I made his eyes too big on the right side. What do you mean? I guess, yeah, I guess I made this part a little too big. I see what you're saying. See what you guys are saying. I mean, I'm definitely not doing a great job here, guys. Like anyone who's like actually trained in drawing will notice probably because I didn't grid or anything. I just sort of went for it, but I should probably spend a little longer on trying to get the dimensions and locations of everything a little bit more accurate. But I just sort of want to go for it immediately. I have no patience. Now he looks a little bit sad, but that's okay. Let's see. Thank you, Jose. Any way you draw is the correct way. Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely just intuitively improving my skills as I do it for the most part. Wow, I'm actually craving a chick flick tonight. Weird. I might like put on a chick flick while I work on my art collection later after this. He looks sad because he looks at me and I'm making him sad. Maybe I should do his ears. Let's do that. Let's finalize this ear situation. So if you guys watch until the end, then we will be doing a little background moment. Let's make his ears a little bit more shaded, shall we? Then now I'm really taking it easy, and because I didn't give myself a schedule, it's taking much longer to draw him. So I realized like having a schedule is kind of nice because it makes me faster doing it, but I'm also relaxing way more and having a better time. So it's sort of, you know, you win, you gain a little, you lose a little situation. Like, do I want to enjoy myself a little more, chill with you guys, and take a little longer, start other things in my day a little later, or do I want to be fast about it, not have as much time to finish this, or what? Or and like enjoy myself? That is the question. Thank you, Occupavi. I really appreciate you guys. Okay, I mean, it's looking pretty solid. I guess, I mean, we still need to do the fingers, so I chose a little more to do today. But you know, no timing, time constraint today. We're just taking it easy, truly. Still need to do his neck. You know, there's plenty that got to be done. I feel like this was almost like unnecessary to do his clothing on here. Like, just takes extra time. So maybe I should not do clothing in future videos. Just keep it simple, keep it basic. Okay, the jewelry can just be removed. We don't need the jewelry. He was supposed to have jewelry as well. Now it's just a tan line. Makes sense. Best work is when you're free to create. Yeah, I mean, but I'm not really being super creative here. We're literally just drawing a dude. But this is relaxing for me. And then I'll be actually creative. As soon as this is over, I'll be working on what I normally work on. Now the collar was super necessary as well as the earring gives him more personality. You're so right. You're so right. You always know how to, you always know what to say. Okay. You just reminded me though, I have to work on his earring a little bit. I think it's cool when guys wear earrings, like honestly. I think it's a cool look. Obviously depends, on the earring and the person, I think, but overall I think it's kind of bomb. Hi, Alpha Alpha, sup? Guess you're coming here from France. Yeah, we're just chilling. We actually do lives daily, so if you want to join our lives, we're just improving our skills together, essentially. Basically. Hey, Jean, keep in key. Thank you, Kill Switch. I love my nails too. Thanks, everyone. Make sure to like the video, so we can reach more people as well. And it also gives me a little dopamine. I'm just doing my best to make the best content that I can for you guys while also improving my skills as an artist and sharing what I do with y'all here on my channel. So it definitely helps. It supports my channel by liking and and subscribing if you're interested in participating in more of these lives, which I'm doing really frequently. We're making a new drawing each session essentially. So this one we just made today, and we've been focusing on portraits, even though I normally don't do portraits in my normal work, but it doesn't hurt to upgrade your skills a little bit. Nails get a shout. Yeah, my nails are just awesome. They deserve a shout out. But if you guys want to see what my usual work actually looks like, you can check out my Instagram. It's EIRDIS. I think it's pinned on the top here in the chat. It's definitely quite different. Oh, I'm gonna actually make his lips a little bit more pronounced, shall we? Let's pronounce the lips a little bit more here. Okay, cool. Ooh, look at that pout. Look at that pout. I'm loving this pout. It's pretty cool, pretty cool. Think here. Thinking about what I want to eat after this. And do I want to cook something? Do I want to grab something from outside? I usually have been grabbing things from outside. I have not been cooking like at all. I mean, does eating yogurt count as cooking? I don't know. Okay, so we haven't done anything with his hands. So should we do something about his hands? I vote yes, even though we've already been going for like quite a decent amount of time today on this live. But let's just go ahead anyway. Why not? I just finished an entire pizza. Whoa, that is hardcore. Yeah, I don't know if I can do a whole pizza unless it's like marinara pizza. Marinara. Okay, let's kind of craving like an avocado toast or something. I know that's so basic white girl of me. Eating yogurt definitely doesn't count. Lol. Well, I had like a lot of yogurt. Like a lot, a lot. I was busy watching art. Never thought of nails, by the way. How you scratch your back. Lol. I guess I could use my nails to scratch my back, but I don't. I haven't really thought about that, honestly. Okay, let's just quickly do a little. I was thinking, I was like, I'll keep this up, but maybe in my lives I'll end up actually making an artwork as well. That's like I could sort of accumulate it, so work on different sections each time. Yeah, I mean, there's honestly so much I could do in my life, so I love discussing ideas and seeing which one sort of motivates me the most to keep at it. Um, just working with ADD, seeing what sort of interests me interests me to keep going. Oh, he's got an Adam apple. Like, more real talent. Hi, thank you. Hi, Hydrangea. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Yeah, we're basically going live every day. So if you want to join us here, we're slowly building a little art community. This is not what my usual work looks like, so I'm not going to be doing this forever, but in the time being, we're really just like using these lives to improve my skills as an artist and chat with you guys. Well, chatting with you guys will probably continue no matter what I do, right? But the forms and the types of streams that I'm doing might be changing as I feel things out. Um, but yeah, so where do we land on the whole fate discussion versus free will? I think I'm gonna use this because it's seeming to be way faster. Yeah, definitely share my channel to people that that might be interested in art and like improving their skills or just to have a chill time, honestly. Getting a little bit focused here. Oh, we're 1 like away from 50, guys. That's pretty exciting. Let's go, let's go. Let's get to 50. We're 1 like away. Like, hey, hey, hey. Like, hey, hey, hey. Okay, let's see. I want to believe in free will, but fate is growing more on me. I feel it sort of like oscillates for me as well. I think I'm trying to entertain free will a little bit more. Like my natural state of being kind of leans more towards fate. I agree, but I think she was just finding her groove with the whole streaming thing at the time. A little bit ambitious to work on her complex works and yes, totally Occupavi. Yeah. Yep, yep, yep. I think norm nominative determinism is a thing, but that's more psychological. I take a stoic approach to free will and fate. Yeah. I just dropped a few of my works in our community. Check it out. Okay, wait. How do I check out this community tab? Is it on my channel? Hey, Darkside, oh my gosh, you're like coming in at the very end, at the very, very end. Although I am actually, I just remembered, I promise that I will be doing the background for, let me just finish the hand, okay? We're gonna do the background for one of these. We're gonna paint it, do like a little acrylic painting, sort of like this. We're gonna do one of these. Okay, so I think it's worth sticking around, but I just want to quickly get the hand to like a place that I don't hate. Um, I doubt it. I actually need to do some like just pure hand drawing. So this is all looking pretty elementary to me right now. But I also don't want to spend too much time on this. So I think now it actually is time for me to go on with my day. I'm feeling like it's been a good amount of time. But let me just think there's a little more shadow here. More shadow here. Actually, pencil smudges pretty well, honestly. Okay, now I'm just gonna. Oop, it fell off the table. It would be so cool if I could actually play music during these live streams. Still haven't figured that out. You know, but we will maybe figure it out eventually. Okay, let me just see if there's any spots that I want to highlight. Any highlighty spots. Okay, that's a good spot. Boom, 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 boom. Any ears, spots that I want to highlight. This whole section feels. Okay. I think this is looking pretty decent, guys. And okay, so it is time. It is time to. Should I just do his background or should I do their background? I don't really feel super satisfied about her yet. So you guys don't make your own path. All I see is falling fate flowing through. Wind is good, but you will lose your direction, so try not to rely on fate too much. I feel you, Boss Black. I was thinking maybe like a Brandon Lee. Okay. So this is what we have going on now so far is let's look at the colors that we have done already, okay? Oh, okay. So we have pink, red, orange, blue. I don't know what speaks to me on this one. Maybe green. Let me see. Green maybe here. Let's try it out. Let's just give it a shot. Maybe green. Not that green. I'm just looking for the right colors. I guess. What should we do? Vase. What do we do? I'm just taking out all of my acrylics now and finding the right color that I'd like to use. We've already done all these, so I'm feeling the green, but I need to find the right green. We also have like crazy yellow. Damn, do I seriously not have one of those like, I mean I can mix. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mix this color with this, let's see, with like this color maybe. Yeah, probably for this background, and then for her, maybe like a violet purple or something good like that. Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna go get myself a brush. It's very messy on the table. You guys just wait for me for one increment of a second. Boom. I am back. We are back and we are ready. Let's go. Okay, so I'm just gonna somewhat protect this background. I need another protection though. This table's not big enough for this, but we're just gonna try anyway. Let's do this first. Let's do this first. Okay, so I'm actually gonna mix right on top of the drawing. Yeah, I do have lots of advice for painting with oils. I will do that for another video. So definitely subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And we will be doing, I mean, this is my full-time gig, right? So you will, like, I normally use oils in my work. So at some point you will see me working with different materials, but for now, these are acrylics. So I'm actually just gonna mix on top of here. Maybe this color's not so bad actually. Yeah, I think maybe actually I will just Yeah, why not? It's not terrible. What is, I don't want to be so negative, but what is so terrible is I don't really think I did such a good job with her per se, but yeah, totally shout out for that. Okay, and then someone needs to like tell me how to actually access the community tab because I don't even know how that works. Or I would really appreciate it if y'all told me how it worked. Hi Ronnie. Hi Ronnie Fraser. Oh, cool. Okay, cool. Thanks, user random alphabet. That's sick. Oh my God, that's like, I mean, it's super exciting. I love that. Please post your art on my community tab if I have a community tab. Like, apparently I do. I love that. This is amazing. Like a few years ago, I wanted to start an art community, and then I just ran out of time, or not ran out of time, but I got way too busy, and I was like, I think I'm being too ambitious trying to do all these things. But this is actually happening so organically. So I might end up like connecting the ideas I had back then with what we're doing now. And that's just so perfect. I'm so happy. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I realize I really like to work just in a way where I follow what feels right. Um, so like when something starts to just feel like it's losing its momentum, then I'm like, okay, it's not the right timing for it, you know? But yeah. But most of my good ideas I end up returning to at some point anyway. So it's never really lost. Are chosen while the worlds respond to determines your fate. Interesting. Yeah, I think that we haven't fully, we don't really know, I guess. It's hard to know. I think it depends on the person, whether they are an advocate of fate or free will. But I enjoy this conversation in general. It's something I like to think about. Or, like what percentage of what is what? Like, have you guys had some experiences that felt like fate just took over? I think that's sort of what ends up making people feel the fate component more. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Is it perfect? No, not by any means, not by any stretch of the imagination. But we did a thing, so congratulations to us. Cool, cool, cool. Solid. Look at that. A. We messed up the back a little bit, but that's okay. Whatever. 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 Um, let's do this side now. I'm thinking just something light. Something light in color. So maybe pink. But I already have some yellow on my brush, so it might end up being mixed, and I'm too lazy to clean it. So let's see what happens. 1 second. This is what we're doing. Okay, it's turning into beige because, let's see. I don't hate it. I don't hate the beige. Warm pink. Yeah, exactly. I kind of like that it's unmixed too. So I'm gonna try to not, I'm gonna try to keep the rawness of some of the warmer yellow parts. And I like it. I like this color here because she is not giving pink vibes. She's sort of, she's giving, I think she's giving sort of like a turquoise vibes. But that's why I like this pink for her because there's a contrast. One says smoking apart. Damn. Yeah. Thank you, Acarabellas. Yeah, and I actually like that it's not only one color as well. I feel so bad actually for my Instagrammers because I've been so focused on doing my live streams that I've not been posting like anything on Instagram. And they're probably like, what's happening? What is happening to her? I'm like, no, I'm still alive. Don't worry. Just focus on YouTube. My YouTube fam. I like that it's like all blotchy and stuff. Thank you, everyone. Yep, yep, totally. Multicolors is my vibe. I probably should post something after this on Instagram, just so people know I'm still around, still alive. We're just adding a little more obvious pink to contrast with the yellow. And I'd love to use blacklight fluorescent colors in photos. Yeah, fluorescent neon colors are quite cool. I definitely agree with you there. I don't actually no, I do have fluorescent pink, so maybe we can do that at some point. And that is fluorescent yellow, right? So, okay, I think we actually chose some really good colors. I was feeling skeptical, but I think they both look nicer now with the background than prior. Just gives it a little more umph, a little more edge, you know? So I'm thinking, show you guys the combo of the two now. Here you go, look. So this one, ta-da, ta-da. Okay, wait, I think, no, the thing is it doesn't really have a top, so it looks like I'm missing out on the top, but it doesn't really have a top, so. Okay, let me remove this. Oh no, don't wanna. Okay, cool. So that's what it looks like. Oh, we have a little glue situation here. It's fine, whatever. I like the mistakes. It makes it better. So this is not perfect. We might go another round because it's so light. I'm going live every day, Skeletora. So I'll be here again tomorrow. A little earlier than today, hopefully. Yes, smash the like button. We're almost at 60, guys. And subscribe to join us for more lives. Obviously, you saw that we did this piece here, today, but I can't really flip it over because it's not dry yet, this page. But yeah, exciting stuff, exciting stuff. Um, yep. Thank you guys so much for like supporting me on here, everyone, and just being committed to this journey and like building this community. I look forward to seeing your artwork in my community tab. Apparently, I have a community tab. I didn't even know. I'm so fresh here. But that sounds really exciting to me, and yeah, I look forward to like basically seeing you guys' artworks and we can just draw here every day together, have a little, time out from our usual crazy lives and go into like an ethereal realm. Okay, yeah. Have a great day, guys, or go to sleep or whatever, whatever time frame you're on. I'll see you guys again here tomorrow. Love all of you, and my nails also are saying bye. Ciao, everyone. Bye.